Well, if Trump is defeated, he will not accept the result, and will do everything he can to try to prevent that count on, I think it's January 5th this year, where they're certifying the presidential electoral votes. The difference between 2024 and 2020 is that he's not president. And he doesn't have the kind of levers of power that he was fully able to exercise to try to prevent a Biden victory in the Electoral College. He failed to do that, but he came closer, I think, than we think. And it's apparent, in fact, from things that have come out over the last few months, and even after the 2020 contest itself, he tried to pull out all stops to try to prevent that outcome. He will do that again, but not from the kind of position of power that he had back in 2020 and early 2021. If Trump is elected, what we will find is colossal change. I've referred to it in other interviews as burning down the house, in effect. And so voters, I think, are faced with a situation where they can either vote for the status quo with some incremental changes to it, but pretty much the same as the Biden administration, versus really radical changes at the national level, particularly if Trump is in control or the Republicans are in control of the Senate and the House. There'd be colossal changes there. And I think that we should believe what he says, that it would be an election or an administration that is fueled by a desire for retribution. And I think retribution drives him more than anything else. And one should worry about that. If Harris wins, we will find incremental changes from what was going on in the Biden administration, but they would be incremental. It'd be the status quo with some changes more in a direction that Harris would chart. I think changes in pressures on Israel, but probably behind the scenes, not so much blatantly in the public. There'll be a mad scramble on the Republican side to see who can inherit the Trump base. My guess is that that base is loyal to Trump and nobody else. But they have been registering more and more Republicans, so they're probably going to vote Republican, but not necessarily for anybody who Trump designates as his successor. And who is his successor going to be? It could be Donald Trump Jr., it could be J.D. Vance, just because things are so close in 2024, and it's so hard to predict what's going to happen should Trump lose. If he wins, I think we know what is going to happen. He has said it himself, and it's going to be a really tumultuous 4 years in the United States, particularly if he has control of the Senate. And if he has control of the House, he will have what we call a trifecta, where all three branches of the federal government are in Republican control. And even for that, there would almost be nothing that could prevent him from doing what he wants to do.